The Altars is such a cool game that completely flew under the radar for me when it was released back in 2025. After hearing it talked about on a podcast, I was pleased to see it was part of the recent spring sale on PSN and picked it up at a discounted price. The game is essentially about getting to a safe location to be extracted after you are the sole survivor on a foreign planet. You have a mobile base that is this giant wheel that you can expand and place different modules in, very similar to something like Fallout Shelter. You'll scour the different maps looking for resources where you'll set up miners and pylons linking them back to your base. While there are hostiles across the map, I was happy to see that combat wasn't a primary focus for this game. You'll avoid or fight different anomalies, which does provide some sense of danger without being too much of a distraction. Over time, we'll build out a little crew to help survive while dealing with their individual personalities and life experiences. I'll get a little more into them later. I knew that if I really enjoyed the game, I would want to make a go for the Platinum. This game has a whopping 55 trophies or achievements, with the 56th being the Platinum if you're on PlayStation. I did some brief searching online and was surprised to see there is not a lot of information or guides out there regarding the trophies and achievements. I did learn that it was going to take multiple playthroughs to do everything, as the choices you make throughout the game will impact what trophies are even available to you. I would highly recommend playing this game blind, which is what I chose to do with my first playthrough. This game is best enjoyed at your own pace with the results of your own decisions. Save the optimized path for future playthroughs if you have a goal of earning the Platinum. My first playthrough took me just under 24 hours. I spent another 12 hours with the game after that to obtain the remaining trophies and get that sweet Platinum sound. I'm going to try and not spoil every detail of the story, but I do want to highlight some of the key decisions I made so I can show you how I experienced it. If you've played the game, I'd love to hear about your own choices in the comments below to see how your playthrough differed from mine. With all that said, let's invert our y-axis and take a look at my journey to the Platinum in the Altars. The prologue introduces us to our character Jan Dolsky. Jan has crash landed on an alien planet, and on our way to our mobile base we learn he is the only member of the crew who has survived.
Deceased. What the hell?
We sprint for our base as a radiation storm begins, where we unlock our first trophy for reaching it.
That was close.
These first couple hours give us a feel for the game. In the base building module, I can review and make changes to the current modules I have installed. Outside of the airlock, I explore the map to find resources needed to craft new base modules or items at the workshop. I also come across a drop pod that has some personal items and a movie. Even though I don't know what the purpose for them is at this time, they will be important later. While searching for an organics deposit, I find some weird light coming from the ground. Jan recognizes it as rupidium, and I collect a sample.
I need to collect a sample.
I continue up a path to find the organics deposit, where I learn how to use scanners to locate the deepest point and set up my first outpost to receive the Dig Deeper trophy. With this outpost created, I connect it back to our base so I can easily fast travel back and forth between the two to collect this resource. Back at base with rupidium in hand, I use the communication room to make contact back at Earth, where I'm instructed to create a new module called the Womb and test this new resource.
I went out to find resources, and I found a cave full of something. I think it might be rupidium.
Tested. New blueprint provided. The moon.
I do as I'm told, and we made a sheep. Our new companion Molly is now part of the crew. Immediately after creating her, I walk over to pet her and get a trophy.
Hello, Molly.
I report back that we have a new life on board, which confirms to the unknown caller that we have found rupidium. They also let us know that we are in imminent danger due to the incoming sunrise that will wipe out everything in this area.
I have a sheep on board. You're responsible for 2 lives now.
Successful. Really found Repentance is the evidence. You're in imminent danger with short time remaining to sunrise.
Back at the command center module, I go to the base navigation to test the engines, only to have them break down and I'm unable to fix it. With another call back to Earth, I'm told that Rapidium can save me and that I need to use the quantum computer.
Rapidium can save you. Better check data consistency and QC module.
I use the quantum computer and am greeted to a recording of Jan's life events that led to this point of being stuck on this mission. I let the unknown caller know that I see my mind records are saved here. The caller then initiates the branching procedure and tells Jan to create an altar back at the quantum computer.
Initiate branching procedure.
What exactly will be branching?
This is you. Create the altar.
I can now see a branching point in the mind records where instead of running away from his abusive father, an alternate version of Jan stood up to him, which put him on a completely different life path that resulted in him becoming a technician for the same space mining project. I choose the alterate option and create this technician version of Jan, who wakes up in the womb module I built earlier. Creating this first altar unlocked the 2 of us trophy. After waking him up and filling him in on the details of what's going on, we let him know he was created to help fix the base so we can get it moving.
1, 2, 3. Now. Yes! It worked! You did it. We're gonna live.
With his help, we can make the repairs and get the base navigation working again, starting our journey to the next area and earning the Let's Roll trophy for completing the prologue. Act 1 takes us to a new map where we are blocked from continuing by a river of lava. We are also introduced to the enemies of the game, anomalies. These warping, rippling effects floating in the air can be destroyed by shining a luminator at their core, which is essentially a high-powered flashlight. I'm advised to create another altar to assist with the new obstacle, so I use the quantum computer again to see what new branches there are to my life path. I'm surprised at how many new icons I see and review each one of them to figure out which one would be the most beneficial to me at this time.
Doctor, I haven't found a need to heal yet, and I'm not even at the right qubit level to even unlock this, so couldn't do that. Technician is the first one that we had by default. Miner, considered miner because I need to mine a whole lot more metals. Yeah, decided not to go with that one. Refiner, again, I'm not refining enriched metals yet, so don't think it's worth spending the resources to do that one. For scientists, I saw that research some new technologies. I'm always down to see how I can expand a skill branch or something, so I figured just go with that one.
After waking him up, he is much more understanding of the situation than the technician was.
Well, I'll be damned.
I explore a little more and find a damaged chip. I show it to the technician and he lets me know it is a qubit chip that can be used to expand the storage of the quantum computer, which is convenient since we have one of those on board. I craft and install the qubit chip into the quantum computer to upgrade it, unlocking the trophy, Who Else Is There? This upgrade does a couple things for me. It allows me to create additional altars and unlocks new research options with the scientist. I decide that I'll add another altar to my crew and select the miner, as his bonus efficiency to mining metals would really help right now. I visit the womb to wake up our newest member of the crew, the miner. This altar has a harder time adjusting to what is going on. In his timeline, he had lost his arm in an accident, so he's shocked to wake up and see he has both his arms, since his body is a copy of the Jan in this timeline.
Then I lost my hand in an accident. Hey, wait a minute. What the fuck is this?
I leave him be as he gets acclimated to his new home. This is a good time to mention that every altar has a unique lesson to be learned and a storyline to complete for 2 separate trophies each. As long as you talk with them anytime their icon shows they have something to discuss, you will likely trigger all of the events needed. However, you can miss these if you don't respond correctly to them. I will make note in the corner of this video of any of the conversations that are a part of one of these lessons or storyline paths. I noticed some of my modules are in need of repair and that I'm running low on radiation filters. I spend a little time crafting new repair kits, and while in the menu, I see that I can set an uphold limit for items that I want to maintain a certain level of inventory of. I add radiation filters to that uphold and unlock the trophy Smart Management in the process. In a conversation with the miner, he asked me for drugs to help him with the pain he is feeling in his arm that shouldn't be there, which I deny him. He isn't too happy about it, but his anger is short-lived when I give him a calendar.
Something? The arm that I lost in an accident. It's weird, but it hurts. You know there's only one way to deal with it, right? Numb the son of a bitch. What? I'm not giving you any more of that stuff. It's too strong. You know what? Fuck you, sadist. Hey, I found this. Huh? Seriously? Huh? I can't believe you kept that old calendar.
The guy just went from being pissed at me for not giving him drugs to being happy about a calendar.
Shortly after, the miner asks to speak with me again and says he's in a lot of pain that I need to do something about. He demands I cut off his arm, as it is the only way to make the pain go away, in which I tell him there is no way I'm going to do that.
You have to do something about it. Get rid of this damn hand. You hear me? Just chop it off. No way. Even if I knew how to do it properly, I'd never cut off a healthy limb. And here I was thinking you really wanted to help me.
Up through now, I had not been keeping a close eye on maintaining my base, and I was about to pay the price for it. On day 17, a magnetic storm hits, which starts tearing through my radiation filters and damaging the modules, using up what little inventory I had of repair kits. I am eventually able to craft more filters before I have to end the day and unlock the trophy we made it together for getting through a magnetic storm. When I woke up the next morning, I was not prepared for what was about to happen. I see a notification in the corner that the miner had hurt himself in the kitchen. I go there to check on him.
What the fuck? Did you just chop your arm off? I had to get rid of it. But why? Because it wasn't just in my head. Just fuck off!
I send him to an infirmary bed and figure he'll be out of commission for a while. I use the day to try and gather resources and stock up on some maintenance items. I finish some research that allows me to convert ALX materials I gathered from destroying anomalies into organic materials using the refinery. I head to that module to test it out and unlock the Advanced Industry Trophy.
Well,
the scientist asked to talk to me in regards to the miner and his current situation.
wanted to discuss something? Yes. That moron who amputated his arm for no reason. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm. Don't worry, I won't dwell on it. It should be a simple, efficient solution.
One of the people we are in contact with back on Earth is Lucas, who works for Allied Corp and is always encouraging me to collect more Rapidium. I build my first Rapidium arc per his request to get almost immediately called out by the technician, who has a request of his own.
Hey, you wanted to discuss something? Yeah. I want to know when you started being such a pushover. I don't have much choice. Maxwell's in charge here. Yeah, so was Dad. The man of the house. I thought you regretted not standing up to him. That's a little below the belt. You're right. Sorry, this place is getting to me. we should do something just for ourselves. There's a social room module available in this base. I bet it has a beer pong table.
While I start the research to build that social room he asked for, the technician wants to discuss the miner's lack of an arm.
The scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive. You might want to consider a different solution. Rapidium speeds up organic growth, right? Can't you use the same technology to recreate a single limb? Oh, sure, so that the miner can just cut it off again? And what if he doesn't? What if this time you gave him his arm? One that would feel like a part of him from the very start. And how would you go about it? I'm sure the scientist could figure out a way.
I speak with the scientist to support this idea, and while he doesn't agree with it, he says whatever I say goes, so I have him start researching this serum to grow the miner's arm back.
I was thinking, what if we try to use Rapidium to grow it back? It's your call.
In the meantime, I'm running out of room to build in my base as I'm trying to add new modules. I expand it for the first time and receive the trophy, "Look at all this new space." I use this expansion to add a social room and challenge the technician to a game of beer pong. After losing to him, he continues to push me to not always be a yes man and teaches me the lesson of assertiveness for a trophy. With this lesson, it will also open up new dialogue options in future conversations.
They do go around doing everything people want from you. You mean like building a social room because someone misses beer pong? Exactly. Gotta learn how to say no sometimes. Thanks. I'll remember that.
I take another call from Lucas and he tells me that my ex-wife Lena, who works in the medical department with Ally Corp, has been asking around about our situation and that I need to encourage her to stop the next time she speaks with me. It turns out Jan isn't on such good terms with Lena, so Lucas asks if one of my alters may be a better option to speak with her if they had a better relationship with her in their own timeline.
It's just... Still, the thing is, she's asking around, trying to find out things herself. Can you just please tell her not to? You know, next time she calls.
Telling Lena to back away will just work her up, especially if it's coming from my mouth.
Hey, how about this? Maybe there's an alter of yours out there who would know how to talk to her. Someone, you, who she'd listen to.
I ask around and my alters either don't know who she is at all or only know her as an Ally Corp employee. I have an open spot available for a new alter, so I review the mind records to see which alter may have had a good relationship with her. After reading through the different branches, I land on the botanist as being my best chance, so I create him next. Immediately after I wake the botanist up from the womb, I ask him about Lena, where he confirms that he is still married to her in his timeline and offers to speak with Lena in this timeline the next time she calls.
If you really want my help, you should let me talk to her for you. I can pretend to be you and, investigate the situation.
With this new plan in motion, the scientist finishes researching the arm-growing serum, which I craft in the kitchen and present the idea to the miner. He's surprisingly open to the experiment, so we give him the serum and wait for the results.
I have something for you. I've decided to grow you a new arm. What? Yeah. Sounds crazy, but here it is. Okay, yeah. What the hell? I guess if you want to experiment on me.
I have a call waiting and it's Lena. I make the decision to let the botanist speak with her. After they talk, he tells me he appreciates getting the chance to talk with her, but he was not able to reassure her in the way that I was hoping. He also gets awfully judgmental about Jan's relationship with Lena.
So, how did it go? She was disturbed by the fact we're struggling. She seemed so distant. How the hell did you manage to fuck up such a good thing?
Later in the social room, I talk with the botanist again, and he teaches me his life lesson for the trophy Reliance.
Tell her you need her help. For once, rely on someone else other than yourself. I can try, I guess. Good. Do it. You won't regret it.
Another conversation with the miner goes well as he tells me his new arm is working out great and there's no pain. Thankfully, it does not seem I'll have to worry about him removing it again. The scientist gives me a new task of putting the team on crunch hours, which has them working 12-hour shifts. Being the yes man I am, I agree to it and set the crew on their new schedules.
Yeah, crunch hours. Clean and simple. Okay? Why not? I might just try it out.
On day 24, I get hit with another magnetic storm, and this one absolutely takes me out. I had not been keeping up with my base maintenance supplies at all. I had no repair kits on hand and only 3 radiation filters. I also had not been stockpiling enough materials, so I couldn't even craft the items in the moment. I went out onto the map to my outpost to try and gather the needed materials, but as I did, I get flooded with notifications of different base modules failing due to the radiation damage. The hours in the day are running out, so I go to bed in hopes of the storm being over, but I wake up and see it hasn't. I try crafting repair kits, but the time it takes to make them is more time the storm has to rip through my base. I eventually run out of filters and am helpless as I watch the timer tick down to 0 and I get the game over screen. I load back into the game with the hopes that with some foresight, I can be better prepared for the storm. I load back into day 24 and attempt to save the base, but I can see the writing on the wall and load the game again. A third attempt yields no different result. I hate the idea of going back more than a couple of days and losing any progress I made, but I choose to load back into day 23. This time, I load up on radiation filters and repair kits and have much better success getting through the storm as I go to sleep on day 25 and am thankfully able to wake up on day 26. This also marked the second day of the crunch hours the scientist had tasked me with, so after wrapping that up, I learned the lesson of pragmatism and earned the trophy.
We completed the crunch. Congratulations.
It was now time for me to get out of here. I build and place 4 bridge anchors at designated points across the canyon. Setting up the final one completes it and unlocks the trophy, the bridge. I have a little bit of time before sunrise in this area, so I decide to build my base out a little more before the next journey. I add a second rubidium arc and unlock the trophy, provide more. Once I'm satisfied with my base and the cargo I have on board, I use the base navigation to start my next journey. Finishing Act 1 and unlocking the trophy, nothing's gonna stop us. This second journey eventually comes to a halt as we find a new type of anomaly that is distorting the gravity field, blocking our path. Act 2 is more of the same. I scout around the map and set up outposts for different deposits. I encountered 2 new types of anomalies. One that expands and contracts and can only be eliminated when it is fully contracted, and I take out its 2 cores. Another bends time and I have to locate its core and destroy it to end the time warp. I did end up walking into my 20th anomaly, which gave me the trophy in Shield I Trust. The altars keep mentioning not feeling well after a party they threw during the second journey.
Just me, or do you have it too? Have what? A splitting headache that won't go away no matter what I do.
On day 36, I wake up to find all the altars in the kitchen with Molly the sheep dead on the table with no real explanation on how it happened.
She's gone. Molly's gone. Hey.
The scientist performs an autopsy and determines it was a severe brain hemorrhage. He recommends crafting an MRI scanner so that we can scan everyone who may also show symptoms, as we all lived in close quarters with Molly.
It was a severe brain hemorrhage. How do you want to proceed? MRI scanning.
While I get that prepared, I add 2 new altars to the team. With everything going on right now, I figure the doctor is the best choice, so I bring him into the fold first. For my final altar, I decided to go with the Shrink since he's a branch off of the Doctor and can only be obtained later in the game. I install the MRI scanner in the infirmary and come back that evening to have everyone scanned and tested. The next morning, I check in with the scientist for the results, and he reports that everyone on the crew has mutated tissue growing in the brain except one person. Me. The assumption is that rapid growth from being created in the womb is the cause.
There's no easy way to put it. It's there. Mutated tissue. It's growing in our brains. We all have it. No. Not all. There's one exception. You. Are you so...
I talk to the doctor, who is troubled by the news. He asks if he can prepare a feast for the group. I agree to it and give him the ingredients he needs right away.
Let me prepare a feast for our group to feed not just the body, but the soul. Why don't you start at once? We have enough supplies for your needs.
In a conversation with the technician, he mentions how our mom used to love nature and he'd go for walks in the park with her. I build a new module of a park with a bench. As the technician gets comfortable, Jan sits with him to try and get more stories about Mom, but the conversation doesn't go as planned as the technician says making up for lost time doesn't work that way.
I was wondering, how much more did I not know about Mom? This is what it's all about, huh? You just want to sit down and make up for lost time. That's not the way it works.
I move the story along by crafting and placing a gravity sensor at the top of a canyon to get a reading on the anomaly blocking our path. While out exploring, I come across an exploration vehicle and mention it to the technician to see if it's something he can fix up for us. I take a call from Maxwell at Ally Corp. He is the head of the mining division and the one responsible for the branching research we've been using to create altars. I explain to him the situation with the mutated brain tissue. He says a treatment can be prepared on the biological materials of a healthy donor. When I offer myself up, he says that is not possible and it would kill me. He recommends an alternative.
What would I have to do?
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
Great. I volunteer.
That's generous of you, but you can't donate brain tissue because it would kill you.
How did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution. All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
I'm not sure how comfortable I am with the idea of creating a body to be harvested. I decide to get a second opinion and speak with Lena, my ex-wife, and spill the beans on the situation. She has an alternative method for treating the altars with implants.
They've got some kind of medical condition, my altars. A brain mutation of some kind.
I think I've got something that can help you with your altars. It's a neural implant.
The team is pretty split on which solution we should go with. I don't like the idea of creating the tabula rasa, so I craft enough implants for my altars. I get a notification that the miner is at the airlock and came back to the base very late. I address the miner about it and tell him he can't keep going on like this.
Hey, I noticed you returned late to the base. You noticed. Yeah, I did stay out a little longer. I don't think you should go on like this.
The technician notices too and raises his concerns, recommending having the miner see the shrink.
What the hell is going on with the miner? The guy's got serious self-respect issues. Anyone can see that. Hand him over to a professional. You mean the shrink? Yeah.
I like that idea, so I assign the miner to the contemplation room module where the shrink is. After his first session, I check in and it sounds like it went well, but the miner still feels like he needs to push himself. So I tell him another session would be a good idea.
Hey, how did therapy go? Feel any better? We just had a beer, the shrink and I know I'm doing a good job here. That's enough for me, so... I think another therapy session wouldn't hurt you.
I find the shrink in the park later and speak with him. I see he's a bit wound up and he says he could unwind if he had his special tea and believes we could grow some of those special medical plants in our greenhouse.
Okay then, maybe unwind somehow. I could. If I had my specialty.
I have a chat with the miner immediately after this, and it sounds like his final session with the shrink went well. He's calmed down and is in a much better mood, teaching me the lesson of vulnerability and unlocking its trophy.
You know what? The shrink did say one smart thing. Oh, yeah? What's that? That it's, no shame to be weak. To discuss.
I find the scientist in the kitchen having a little bit of an existential crisis. He mentions their potential death has made him think a lot, and he wants to continue his research. He asks if he can take a day to work on his old research from his timeline as a personal favor, which I grant him.
We may all die of this abnormality in our brains. I want to recreate my research, here and now.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
That evening, the doctor finishes preparing his feast, and everyone gets to eat. I speak with him afterwards, and he reflects on the feast and how he got the recipe from our mom.
That feast you prepared, you were right. It did everyone a lot of good. I'm glad you appreciate the importance of such things.
During a talk with the botanist, he speaks about his memories of Lena and mentions an axe that she had gifted them on a trip when they were younger.
That trip was where Lena bought us that cheesy shepherd's axe. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I even packed it on this mission to remind me of her. You didn't by any chance have the same idea?
No. Sorry, I didn't.
I craft the axe at the workshop and take it over to the botanist, who is excited to see it. He asks how I remembered all the details, and I tell him I got a photo from Lena and that she knows about him. After some awkward conversation, I complete the Botanist Storyline for the trophy The Other Man.
Hey there. I've got something for you.
Wow. That's amazing. It looks exactly the same. How did you remember all those details?
I got my hands on a photo of it. Yes. She knows about you.
How did she react? Was she curious? Or afraid?
Oh, please. Can't you just enjoy your gift?
Yeah. Right. I guess I didn't even thank you properly. Thank you for that.
Yeah. No problem. All done here. Should I help with this now?
I've crafted the special tea that the shrink had asked for, so I decide to give it to him now. I partake in the drink with him, and we both trip out together. At the conclusion, I learn the shrink's lesson of chill for the trophy.
That too? Care to join me? Sure. I hope I'm not flirting with disaster. This is wonderfully disgusting, Jan. Now, what colors do you see? Can't you see them too? Yes. Peace, harmony, chill.
Everyone gathers in the kitchen and waits for the decision I've made on which solution we'll go with.
Okay.
I tell them that we're going with the implants. While some of the team is okay with the decision, others aren't. The technician gets so bad that he collapses.
We can use neural implants. It's a safe and efficient solution. Truth is, there is no good way out of this mess. The branching was, from the start, it was, Shit. He collapsed.
The scientist injects the implants into everyone for the trophy corporate plug, and I'm left with the consequences of my decision. The technician, miner, and shrink are all so angry that they won't even speak with me.
Okay.
I use some downtime to collect more resources and expand the base to its maximum capacity for the trophy Jan's Moving Village. I get a notice that some of my alters have gathered in the command room. When I join them, they all get quiet.
What was that about? Jeez, can a bunch of guys just hang out without anyone prying?
Once they clear out, I use the base management to add my third Repidium arc and am awarded the We Needed That trophy. I decide I've had enough of this place and that it's time to move on to the next area. I scale the canyon to place the neutralizing towers on both sides, then use the gravity sensor to leave the canyon, completing Act 2 and awarding the Into the Storm trophy.
It worked. We can get out of here. I'm sorry, hon.
The journey to Act 3 begins, and I wake up in the base to the scientist, who lets me know that after the technician attacked me, he took off with some of the altars and supplies in the tour vehicle we had found earlier.
Bedtime's over.
What happened?
Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember the technician. Why? Did he attack me?
Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching, filling it up with stolen supplies, and they took off into the desert.
We start Act 3 near the rendezvous point with the hopes of also coming across the rebels as we are able to see some light in the distance. This is the final stretch. The ultimate goal here is to send off a beacon to let Earth know we are ready for extraction, but I can't bring myself to do it without the whole crew, so my first order of business is finding my alters that fled. While out on foot, I come across the tour vehicle tracks and decide to follow them to the rebel base camp, unlocking the trophy I found you.
Is that a shelter?
I do my best to smooth things over with the technician, but he is stubborn. I learn that they don't have many supplies left to survive, so I decide to start preparing a care package for him back at base.
You got some guts to follow us all the way down here. Don't you get it? The party's over. You're going to die if you stay out here any longer. Do you have enough food? There's not enough of anything, okay? Are you happy?
While I wait for the food supplies to be prepared, I talk with the doctor and he tells me he misses the tattoo that he had and asks if I could recreate it for him. It was the first thing he noticed was missing when he woke up in a copy of my body.
My tattoo. Remember? First thing I noticed when I woke up. I'm really missing it. Do you think there's a way I could recreate it?
I take the care package back to the rebels and deliver it, which sounds like I got there just in time as they were running out. I ask him to come back to the base with the rest of the alters, which as much as he wants to, he is hesitant because of the implants and the possibility of being tracked by Ally Corp.
You're not a minute too early. How about all of you just come back to the base? And if I had some kind of guarantee that you could protect us from the corporation, I'd be more than happy to come back. Guarantee? Okay, fair enough.
I contact Lena to ask for her help, and she gives me some worrying information.
Listen, we don't have much time. There's something you should know. The rescue team they're sending to get you out of there, they're an armed unit, special ops.
Military men. Wow.
She also says the implants can be hacked to remove the tracking ability of Ally Corp, so once the alters are safely back at Earth, they'll be free.
I could press the wrong button or two, cause a little breakdown in our medical system. I could remove the devices from the database.
I can tell I'm getting close to the end of the game, so I decide to build Repidium Arcs number 4 and 5, which give me 2 more trophies. I go back out to the rebel camp and let the technician know about the news Lena shared with me. He's relieved to hear there's a possible solution and agrees to come back to base, where I unlock the Reunited trophy for convincing the rebels to return.
You got something new? Actually, I talked to Lena and I might have an idea how to keep the corporation away from you. Fine. We'll do it. We'll help you.
There's a sense of relief across the crew now that everyone is back. I talk with the shrink and ask him about recreating the tattoo for the doctor. He says he can, but he has a different idea for him.
So, the doc wants me to recreate his missing tattoo, but I'm not sure how to go about it. You think you could help? It should portray the Greek hero Sisyphus. I'll be more than happy to help you, but why Sisyphus? Have you ever heard of the Madman of Naranam? Could you draw the Madman of Naranam for me? I'd like to suggest a tattoo of him to the doctor. I'd be more than happy to.
I show the shrink's design to the doctor, who is open to it. I unlock the integrity trophy for learning the doctor's lesson.
Our fugitive. So, I have a tattoo design for you. Oh, really? Can I see it? You might find it surprising. I got it from the shrink. You and him are like two sides of the same coin. Enjoy the climb. Screw reaching the summit. Be a madman, huh? Yeah. A happy madman. Thank you, man. Let's get it done.
We go down to the infirmary and use the tattoo machine I've installed there to give the doc his new tattoo. In the end, he loves it and I unlock 2 trophies. The first is new perspective for getting the alternate tattoo, which can only be provided by the shrink, and then happy Sisyphus for completing the doctor's storyline.
It worked. How do you like it? You know what? I love it.
The miner asks to speak with me and expresses his gratitude for my support and asks for a favor. He used to love carving wood when he was younger and asked if I could make him a chisel and secure some wood-like rocks that he had seen around the area.
You seen those tree-like structures in this region? You want to carve that? If you happen to run into some loose pieces of that rock, yeah, I could give it a try. Of course, I'm gonna need a set of chisels too.
I queue up the chisel to be crafted at the workshop and then am able to find the wood he is talking about right outside of the base. I gather those and bring them back to him.
This could be the weird rock mentioned by the miner.
The miner is happy to receive the gifts and tells me he wants to remake himself using the chisel and wood, unlocking the trophy for completing his storyline.
I want to remake myself. Whoa. With a chisel? Of course not. What's wrong with you? Never heard of a fucking metaphor? Fair point. Let's go.
I'm in the home stretch now. I meet with the alters in the kitchen and fill them in on the plan on how we will handle the extraction team. I decide I want to go with the least confrontational and least lethal option, so I craft sleeping gas and create gas masks.
We could let them board the ship without knowing that you're not alone, of course. But just before takeoff, you could simply use some kind of incapacitating agent on them.
Like a sleeping gas?
Like a sleeping gas.
I activate the beacon to summon the rescue team and go about with my final preparations. The technician wants to talk. He wants to tell me he was wrong about me and that he regrets things he did and said. In the end, he offers to tell me what our mother's final words were before she passed, but I decline as that is his memory, not mine. This wraps up his storyline for a trophy.
I just wanted to say I was wrong about you. There's something I owe you. Her last words. Do you wanna know what she said? It's a very generous gift, but I can't accept it. Those words were meant for you, and you alone. Can I help with that?
In a conversation with the scientist, he asks a favor. He's received some telemetry readings from a nearby area and he wants to go investigate it.
I observed some curious telemetry readings from a nearby area. I must say, they're intriguing, but I feel that I should explore that place.
Let me see what I can do.
I used the base building module to craft and place the Ark Sarcophagus, which is designed to hide my altars in it. When I place it, I unlock the ultimate builder trophy for building all possible modules. The shrink confronts me back in my captain's cabin and tells me he realized that he has been there for the whole crew during stressful times, but he's never really talked about me. I accept his therapy session, which, after much talking, concludes the shrink's storyline for another trophy.
We've never really talked about you.
Yeah, I think I really need that. Thanks.
I then have a very awkward conversation with the botanist, who asks if he can essentially replace me back on Earth so he can be with Lena. I kindly decline his offer, but he doesn't really accept my answer.
I was just wondering, with the rescue ship arriving any day now, what if I was the one to come back as Jan Dolsky? What the hell are you suggesting? Think about it. We still have a few days until the ship lands.
I give the scientist the okay to head out on his secret project, which he leaves for immediately.
Okay, go and check it out then. Thank you. I was hoping you'd understand.
He returns the next day and tells me he's found the planet's secret, and he wants me to see it for myself.
I found the planet's secret. I found it, Jan. Words can't describe it. You should see it for yourself.
I go to the location he's marked on the map and am amazed at the sight.
So, are you there?
Yeah. I am. The sun, doesn't it burn everything on the surface?
That, my friend, is the most interesting part. Come back to the base and we'll talk.
Back at base, he asks if he can stay behind to continue his research in the valley. After I think about it, I tell him he should pursue this dream of his, and that he can leave once the rest of us are all set for the evacuation.
It's as much a mystery to me as it is to you. See it with my very own eyes. Stay here to witness the upcoming cycle, and the next one, and then the next.
I don't have the right to stand between you and your dream. When we're all set for evacuation, you can go.
I realize I'm ready now, so I walk right back over to him and let him leave, wrapping up his storyline for another trophy.
We have all the tech we need to get out of here safely. Your work is done. You can go and get ready to stay behind.
Goodbye, my friend. My altar.
Goodbye, man. Hope you find whatever you're looking for.
I am ready to get off this planet. I use the base navigation to finalize preparations and wait for the rescue team and receive the trophy Time to Go Home for finishing Act 3. I meet my companions in the Ark Sarcophagus to say my final goodbyes. The botanist is last and makes his proposal one more time to switch lives, which I decline again.
Did you think about it? My proposition?
I can't give up my life for you.
I exit out of the airlock and meet the rescue team outside. After some pleasantries, they scan the Rapidium modules and get a funny reading on the one with my altars hidden inside. I convince them not to worry about it, and they begin to load everything onto the ship.
Hey, there's something strange about this one.
Are you sure you want to waste time on this?
You're right. We've still got other work to do before we leave.
They go inside the mobile base to clear out the rest of it and secure the quantum computer. When they do, I plant the sleeping gas on their ship for when they return. I then install an autopilot drive to take over and get us to safety once the rescue crew has been knocked out. We fast forward in time to the epilogue, where we hear on the news the benefits of Rapidium back on Earth as it is being used to grow food. Jan takes a call and is being prepped for a trial where he needs to testify on why he hijacked the corporation ship and crash-landed it in the desert.
Hello?
Hey, Jan, it's Sarah. Ready for court? The driver's on his way.
And with that, we finish the game and receive our final trophy for this playthrough for using the implants to save the altars.
I thought the game was outstanding. I had a lot of fun with it. I really didn't want to put it down. Had a lot of very long play sessions, which I don't usually do with games. I'll be very curious to go back through like the trophy list and see what kind of stuff I missed, because there was, particularly at the end there were a lot of choices I had to make that could have, I think, changed what happened. So the fact that I got the corporate way, I wonder what the alternatives were, so I'll check that out. And then I know I'm going to have to do another playthrough, at least one, to get the other alters into the game and see what their storylines are. So we'll see how far along I have to go. I don't know if this game has a New Game Plus. I'm hoping it does, so I get to keep all my research stuff, but if not, I might just throw it on like the easy mode just to get through things quickly. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm actually looking forward to starting it right back up again and trying some other options. But first I'm going to take a look at potentially different endings, if there's any trophies tied to those, so I can just reload that last save where I'm right at the end anyways, and see about getting all those unlocked before I start a new game.
It turns out there are 5 trophies still to unlock tied to different endings, but one of them will have to be done in another playthrough, so I load my save right before the extraction team arrives. I play through the final sequence of the game again, but this time I choose to blow up the base when the rescue team goes inside, unlocking the It Ends in Flames trophy. For the trophy All By Myself, I have to leave my alters to the mercy of others. When given the option to blow up or gas the rescue team, I choose the third option to do nothing, knowing they would eliminate the alters.
Let's just see how this plays out.
For the final 2 ending trophies that I'm able to get now, I need to reload my game from a day earlier so I can talk to the botanist when I'm saying goodbyes to the alters. This time I tell him we're going to go with his plan and switch places.
Right. What do you say? Yes. Go instead of me. Seek your happiness, and I'll seek mine.
Now playing as the botanist, I get in contact with the rescue team and then choose the do nothing option again to unlock the things we do for love, for betraying everyone as the botanist. And I deserve this more for coming back to Earth as the botanist.
Second thoughts? Let's just see how this plays out. How did I end up here?
With all of the obtainable endings completed, I start my next playthrough. This time I create the refiner, the worker, and the guard.
Can you hear me?
With all of them on the team, I can finish handing out personal items. I had been doing this throughout my first playthrough as I picked these up across the maps in the different acts. You will always find personal items in the same locations on the maps, but the items themselves will be randomized, so it's hard to say when you'll get what you need for each altar. Just know that the items are unique to each altar, so you can't accidentally give something to the wrong one. The final personal item was marked cards for the guard, which unlocked the Not Just an Object trophy.
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and
I was able to knock out the 3 lesson trophies for the new altars for this playthrough as well.
You wanted to talk?
The first was the guard. In Act 2, food goes missing and he wants to catch the thief. This conversation ended up being a little funny because he got stuck facing the wrong way when talking to me. I craft a surveillance camera and install it in the command center module. He sends me on a wild goose chase trying to figure out who is stealing the food, only to figure out it was the guard doing it as a joke. His lesson of shrewdness unlocks and I earn the trophy.
I'm fucking shrewd. And so are you. Like it or not, it's in our genes. Maybe you should try it too.
The worker's lesson ended up being pretty easy. He asked to talk with me and wanted me to show my leadership by maintaining the radiation barrier for 5 days, which I had been doing by default. 5 days later, he tells me I kept my word and I learned the lesson of charisma for the trophy.
Responsible role on this mission. I can see you care about radiation protection. That's good. Now,
I want you to keep it up.
Jan, we should talk. Let's touch base.
You kept your word about the radiation?
From conversations with the refiner, we learn that he married a man named Ben in his timeline, who unfortunately died in an oil rig explosion. I asked Lucas if he can locate Ben in this timeline, which Lucas does and confirms he's still alive. I tell the refiner this news, which he's excited to hear, and I learn his lesson, Optimism.
I have some news about Ben. You asked about him? And he exists. Tissue?
In Act 2, I choose to create the tabula rasa this time and secure my save just before I tell the alters my decision. Okay, even though on my first playthrough I chose the implant option, and I need to go with the tabula rasa option to get the alternate ending or the secondary ending, I'm actually going to pick the implants again because it is required for several other trophies that I need. So what I'm going to do is secure my save right now on day 43 so that once I complete all the trophies that I need, I can just reload from this point and make the alternate decision and then just kind of rush to the end and finish it up. So we'll see how well this works out. It's right here. Day 43. If you create the tabula rasa but choose the implant method, he will wake up during the intermission to Act 3. After getting an update from the scientist, I was given the All By Myselves trophy for creating all possible alters.
What is it?
Tabula rasa. While I was busy tending to you, he missed his dose of sedative and, well, he woke up.
Speaking with the tabula rasa and teaching him his name is Jan unlocks the awareness trophy for an unexpected member staying with the crew.
Your name? Do you know your name? Jan. Jan. This'll be fun.
When making the decision to do the implants in Act 2, the worker refuses to get one. I tell the scientist to put an implant in when the worker is sleeping. After that happens, the worker is pissed, and you need to repair this relationship before Act 3 in order to complete his storyline. The refiner recommends making a special soup they used to have back in their shared timeline to bring back good memories. I prepare it and deliver it to the worker, which does seem to set him at ease a little. In Act 3, he will leave with the other rebels. There is a scalp badge personal item that can only be found in Act 3. Obtaining this and giving it to the worker after convincing the rebels to return to the base finishes the worker's storyline for the trophy.
I found my Boy Scout badge. Go fierce ocelots.
Thank you for reminding me who I really am and what really matters to me.
To wrap things up with the refiner, he tells me he's struggling with his memories of Ben, knowing Ben is still alive in this timeline. He's worried he is standing by while Ben might die for a second time. I tell him I'll talk to Lena and have her call in for a tip-off about safety concerns on the oil rig. The refiner is grateful for the action we took, and we earned the Keeping Him Safe trophy for saving Ben.
Thank you for taking me on this journey, for making me see that I'm a person in my own right, and that it's only up to me which path I choose next.
Around the halfway point of Act 3, Tabula Rasa will start hanging out in the airlock, admiring the view. Having a chat with him and talking about the sky unlocks our final lesson, Joy of Life, and Jan complete for learning all lessons.
What is it? Jan! Have you noticed how beautiful the sky is around here? It's gonna be something to see the Earth with your eyes. Jan. Huh, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna see it with new eyes too.
I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of this now?
Joy of Life. And then that should also be Jan complete. Awesome.
The Guard was the last storyline I needed to complete. Towards the end of Act 3, while preparing to meet the rescue team, the Guard and scientist will end up fighting near the quantum computer. The Guard insists there is information in the computer that is worth something. I calm him down and talk with the scientist, who lets me know the data in there is worthless without another quantum computer to translate it.
Alright, I'm only 3 trophies away, or technically 2 trophies away from the platinum. Just unlocked the Guard's final story one. Rather than finish out this game, I'm just going to restart now from the decision point and go tie the Rasa route so I can finish the game with Maxwell's help, and which also will be tied to this one for starting treating the brain mutation using experimental therapy. I start back at day 43 just before I tell the alters what decision we are making as far as treatment goes. This time I choose Maxwell's option and unlock the Bold Science trophy for starting the experimental therapy. I rush through the rest of the game, skipping all dialogue and just making it a point to get to the end of Act 3. It takes me just under 2 hours from the point I had restarted. This time I'm communicating with Maxwell throughout Act 3, leading up to the end. I get back to Earth, and as the credits begin to roll, I unlock the final trophy, Maxwell's Path, and the Platinum. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it may have helped if you are also going for the Platinum. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this game if you have had a chance to try it. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel.